Cameras rolling. Sound speed. Written and directed by Roll 1, Scene 15, Take 2. Marker? Action! What's up, guys? What'd you think of that? Lighting's weird, huh? I try to fix it, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on. What's up, guys? How's it going? It's Friday. Yeah. And you know what that means? That the weekend starts now. Yes. I'm so happy for today. So happy. Today I am shooting a short film. Shooting an itty bitty movie. Yeah, guys, we're shooting a little itty bitty movie. It's gonna be awesome. Oh, hopefully we're gonna shoot 2, and I'm just really excited that we're even shooting. I'm just like, I haven't filmed anything for myself in a couple months, probably a little longer. No, yeah, a couple months, because I filmed something back in July, but I it was just me with my phone, and I did it myself. I was the actor in it, like super duper low budget. That was the last thing I filmed, but I'm so excited because we're filming like a little action comedy thing, and we actually, like most of the times when we film these itty bitty movies, it's just me, Justin, and Vin, and that's it. But I'm so excited because all the friends that I have made, some of them weren't available, but some are, and it's awesome. I got my friend Angel, who's gonna be the DP, and he might also edit for us too, so that'll be awesome. And my friend Zaid, who I went to film school with. Me and Justin both went to school with him, and he's going to be on set tonight. Vin's going to be there. I think another friend of Justin's is going to be there. I don't know what he'll do. Maybe maybe he'll work some lights or something. Or the bounce light with the reflector. Oh, and Angel's girlfriend's going to be there. She does makeup, so she's going to put some bruises and some sweat or something on my actors, and I'm so excited that actually these little itty bitty movies that have zero budget are gonna be like actually have some production value, and I'm super excited because who would have I didn't really think that they would. I didn't plan on them being. Is that okay? Turn on the light. It's a little yellow. But yeah, I'm just really excited because it's gonna be just a lot of fun, and I'm really excited. I've been excited all day. Excited last night. I stayed up late doing some shot lists, and then after, if we have time, I wrote another one that's like maybe 30 to 40 seconds long, and it's a little horror film. And I'm gonna have Vin do it, and hopefully, if we have time, I'm gonna try to shoot that one too, because why not? We got the crew, everyone's here. These don't take an hour. Like most short films take hours to film. These, now that I actually shot listed it and know pretty much exactly what I want to get, that hopefully doing this one shouldn't take more than 2 or 3 hours. I'm really aiming for 2, and then, if we have time, depending on how late it gets, maybe we can do the other one and take another 2 hours. So, yeah, I'm so excited. So, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, welcome to episode 15. I'm fucking excited, guys. And shit's good, you know? It's gonna, yeah, yeah. How'd you like the little slate board going in? I was thinking about that idea for a bit. Like, what if I started off the episodes with using the slate? Might be a fun idea, you know. Who knows? Could be a cool idea or not. And I don't know. I like it. Maybe I'll do it again. But shit. What was I gonna say? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just really happy at the moment. That's all. And excited. I'm like, it's been awesome. Like, so this will be like the second week that I've been back in the gym. And I kind of thought that I mean, this thought can still happen is like living here with Justin, since he's like a super workout fanatic and he like eats relatively healthy, like definitely way healthier than I do, that I thought it would be like forced upon me, like to kind of follow those same regimen, if you will. I thought he would give me shit for the food I ate, or just be like it would take a lot of effort for me to go to the gym with him. But it hasn't been like that, and I don't know if it will get like that in later days to come. But as of now, like, it's only been a week. Well, it's been a little bit longer. It's been almost a full month that I've lived here. But I mean, since I've been working out, it's been like a solid. This will be like Saturday will be a full 2 weeks, and I'm feeling fucking awesome. Like, the other night I was lying in my bed, which I have my new big giant massive bed, and I love it. And I was just laying there. This is before we started getting back into our workout, and I was just like poking my biceps, and I'm like, oh, they feel a little squishy. I feel like shit not having worked out in like a month, and then I start working out like 3 days, and then I'm laying in bed the other night, like 2 nights ago. I poked my bicep. I'm like, holy shit! From a week ago to now, it went from squishy to hard again. So I'm like, this is awesome. And like the shirt that I'm currently wearing, I haven't been able to wear in maybe 3 or 4, 5 years, 4 or 5 years. And I have a whole stack of clothes right now that are in my closet that I haven't been able to wear in 4 or 5-ish years, because I've gained a lot of weight, and I've been making it a goal of mine to get back to be able to fit in these clothes. And when I brought some stuff back from Arizona this last trip and went through my box and was able to try on some clothes, like there's definitely a lot more that are in the pile that I still can't fit into. But I was surprised that I was able to pull out some stuff that before we moved out of my parents' old house, that I tried on all the clothes to make sure if I still liked them, to see which ones still fit, which ones didn't fit. And I put all the ones that didn't fit in a box. And I said, I will come back for these, and I will definitely wear them when I can fit into them. And so when I went home this last weekend, I took the box with me, and I said, we'll just put the clothes away. And the box was sitting here until about 2 nights ago. And so I open it up, and I start going through it, pulling out the ones that and seeing what fits and what and some shorts I could button them, but they were still tight. Some shirts were just a little tight, and then there were some like this that are borderline, a little too tight. Like in my biceps right now. I think these are just this shirt has really tight arm sleeves, so I'm not sure about it in the long run, but I'm finally able to fit. Like, there's at least 5 or 6 shirts that I pulled out, like nice shirts that I'm gonna wear to work, not just like graphic tees, but like button downs and collared shirts that I haven't been able to wear in a while, that I was able to pull out and that I can wear. Like I'm wearing one right now, and yeah, it's a little tight. When I at work, when I was sitting down, and there was a few times where the buttons kind of bowed out a bit, but it's, to me, it's okay because I'm finally able to. It's not like too tight. It doesn't stick to my body. I have room in the shirt to move around, and I don't feel claustrophobic in my clothes, and that's ultimately my goal. I don't want to feel stuck or claustrophobic in my clothes. And not saying that the clothes I had already were like that. I'm just saying, like, it's nice to when I can fit. It's nice that I can see the results happening, that I can fit into clothes that are a size smaller than I currently wear now, a size or two. Clothes are run different. Like, I wear an extra large. This is a large right now. But sometimes, depending on the brand, you have to go up in size. But, it's whatever. But yeah, so that part is exciting to see, like, the transformation, the actual happenings of the workout are being, they're coming to fruition, because I can actually see the results. I not only can I see them in the mirror, I can, like, see myself slimming. I can see the definition happening in the chest and the biceps. But also, I can tell with my clothes. And to me, it's just the best feeling, because I was really thin at one point. I've always been a heavy guy my whole life, even since when I was a kid. Always on the chubbier side. Not like obese, not like overly dangerously overweight, but I was never skinny. And when I was going into my freshman year of college, I broke my shoulder or collarbone, and I couldn't move my arm. I couldn't pull my pants up by myself. I couldn't put a shirt on or take it off by myself. And I knew that I wouldn't be working out. I was doing CrossFit at the time. I was at my heaviest at that point, even though I was active. That was the heaviest I'd ever been. I basically had the physique of a power lifter. I could lift really heavy, but I was super overweight. And I just knew that because of my collarbone, I wouldn't be able to work out at all. So I switched up my diet to cut out dairy, carbs, sugar, all the stuff that you're not supposed to eat that tastes really fucking good. And I cut it all out. Only ate protein, vegetables, and fruit. And I think occasionally some dark chocolate. And I lost like over 60 pounds. Got down to about 205. Thinnest I'd ever been. The time before, the thinnest I had been before that was 215 in high school when I was wrestling. And I was still chunky, like a little bit chunky. But this, I was, slim. And I wasn't even working out. And then, I started, not that this is a blame or anything. This is just, I started dating. I had gotten a girlfriend. We started dating. We started going out to eat, and it was like that comfortability where you would just go and eat, and like you just kind of lose sight of things. And then so I gained the weight back, and even more. And now, as time has gone on, I've slowly been chipping away at it, doing it a little differently than last time. But now I'm actually like in a place where I'm really happy. I'm seeing the results. Because I really want to put on muscle. I don't want to be like super duper shredded. I don't want I really care about a six pack. I don't really like want veins popping out everywhere, but I just want to be like muscular and just look good, fit in clothes good, feel good. And I'm finally getting there. I'm on my way there, and it's really fucking awesome. It's a great feeling for me. So, yeah, I want to take a sip of coffee. So, sorry, I just drank that right in the microphone. I'm holding my Vancouver cup. I love these cups from Starbucks. # not sponsored. But I got that cup when I was in Vancouver a couple years ago. In Vancouver, I was on the set. I was a guest on the set of Altered Carbon, and a family friend of mine brought me out there, or a mentor of mine brought me there to just observe what was going on. And so I got that there. But Vancouver is the place where I knew that, because I was in film school at the time, and I knew that I wanted to be a filmmaker, but Vancouver was the place where it was validated for me. And not because I was on the set of a Netflix show and I could talk to producers and whomever. I could wander around the set and talk to people that I wanted to learn about things from. But it was validated because one night I was with my mentor and we were driving to dinner, and two beaver. I've never seen a beaver before in my life. I've only seen them in cartoons or picture books when I was a kid. Two massive, like the size of a tire, like an average car tire, beaver run across the road. And so I was like, and at this time I was like really getting into like spirituality and the meanings behind certain things, and the meanings behind seeing certain animals, and seeing certain like experiences happening, like witnessing different omens, if you will. If you've read The Alchemist, you'll know what I mean by that. And if you haven't read The Alchemist, you're missing out. That is, if I could recommend, if someone asked me if I could recommend one book to someone that they have to read, it's The Alchemist. You should read The Alchemist for sure. And so I looked it up what the beaver means, and the beaver means, I'm paraphrasing because I haven't looked at it in a while, but it means that you are on the right path that leads you to your dreams. So and then it continued to say something along the lines of wherever you are right now, doing what it is that you're doing that is in direct line with your dreams, your goals. You're right where you're supposed to be. You're doing the things that you need to be doing, and this is where you should be. And it just validated that being there in Vancouver on that Netflix set, and being a filmmaker, and coming out there to learn a few things for the purposes of making my short Western, which is really the reason I went out there. I went to observe and see some things on a grander scale, for the purposes to bring it back and execute some of those ideas. And so just that experience, that literally 30-second experience, validated that I'm following my dreams, and that my dreams are exactly what I want them to be. And what's awesome about that is, like, anyone can, like, this can happen to anyone. Like, you don't need like a beaver to validate your dreams. You don't need something to validate your goals or something that you want to do. Like, you don't need anyone's permission. You don't need acceptance, or like, you don't need people to accept your dreams, because they're your own dreams, and you shouldn't need acceptance or want the approval of others for your dreams. Like, you should, if you have a dream, you have a goal, you have something that you want to do, just do it. Accept that you are fully capable of doing that. And if you can't do it at the moment, you will. You got to keep working on it. And I didn't need that beaver, or those beaver, to appear in front of me and then me go look at it to have that validation, or have that moment of epiphany or whatever you want to call it. But it was my angels or the universe sending me a sign saying, hey, you're in the right place. This is what you want to do, and you're going to do it. And this is me showing you that you're doing it. So Vancouver holds a very special place in my heart. But not only that, I just love it there. It's freaking awesome. Oh no, the camera stopped. I didn't even notice that. I'm so bad at with that, like noticing the camera. Normally, it just like will make the shutter will click when it turns off, and I don't know. I think something might be wrong with the shutter on my camera, or maybe it's because I have the headphones on and I can't hear it. But yeah. So like, what was it? A couple weeks ago. I mean, maybe it's been like 3 weeks now that I've started my new job. And when I first started it, I don't know if you remember, but I wasn't too excited about it because it's just a data entry. It's not like I'm not doing crazy tasks. I'm just like the last couple of days I was looking at barcodes and entering the information on the stickers into a spreadsheet. Like that's what I was doing for the last 3 or 4 days. So it's not like the most exciting thing. Oh, I was gonna say the other night, Justin pointed out that when I sip drinks, I gulp really loud. So if you can hear me while I'm sipping a drink and gulping, I don't know. Now it's just like, now it's not making me self-conscious, but it's just funny because he always makes fun of me now when I sip and gulp because he thinks this like the loudest thing ever. So, and you guys hear it in the microphone. So, ASMR drinking stuff, I guess, is what you get. That's, hey, you're here, you get it. I mean, you don't it's your fault if you don't like it, I guess. But oh yeah, so I was entering in codes and stuff, and it's still boring. Let's be honest, it's still boring menial tasks, but I turn on the podcasts, I listen to things, I listen to radio shows, and so I'm listening to things that are keeping me busy, keeping my mind off the mundaneness of it. Maybe I'll switch it up to audiobooks and I'll actually learn something too while I'm working, which is actually a really good idea. Glad I just thought of that. But I started to think the other day, like I'm really grateful for this job, as boring as it can be sometimes, as menial as the tasks are, as little as I'm getting paid, like I'm still very grateful. I mean, I just complained like about 4 things right there, but I'm still really grateful to, 1, have a job, and 2, to work with people, such amazing and kind people. They like my coworkers and my boss are just some of the nicest, down to earth people, and we're just a group of guys hanging out. We're always laughing, joking around. Sometimes we'll take breaks. Some of the guys will play some video games. They'll take breaks, or during lunch we'll watch TV. Today we went to lunch. We went to a bar just down the street from where our office is, and we got beer and burgers and watched baseball game. I think it was like the Cubs, or it doesn't even matter. But I'm just saying, so it's really fun. It's a fun environment. It's great, and I think I have to make a point to say here, just so that I'm like actually verbalizing it, because I thought about it, but now I'm actually thinking, like saying it out loud. But I am very grateful for the job, because without it, I wouldn't be able to live here. Wouldn't be able to live in this apartment. And I'm not saying that I can't go find another job, which I am looking. I'm not looking. I just lied. I'm not looking. I'm thinking about looking is the thing. because just because I want to work in film, and my job currently, like, it is just enough. It pays just barely enough, and I don't want to live like that. I don't want to like have to worry that I can't, like, if I want to go out, like, let's say tomorrow, like, night, me and Justin want to go to a movie, or I want to go see a friend and go get dinner or a drink. Like, I don't want to like worry that I can't spend a lot of, like, enough, like, too much money, or I won't be able to pay rent or bills or whatever, and so, like, that's the reason I want to get another job. I do have a second job, but it's not every day. Like, the last time I've worked an event was a week and a half ago. What was it, last week? I don't remember. So it's not like every day, and so I can't like rely on it all the time, and I don't get enough editing things right now. But as my network is going, I'm getting more, which is nice. But it's all like the thing that I struggled with, still struggling with, still learning, is that everything is a waiting game. It's a patience. It's right place, right time, and I never, like, I sort of knew it. I sort of always kind of knew that it was like that, but I don't think it really like clicked for me that, like, yeah, you gotta wait, and sometimes things don't work out, and sometimes if you're just, you have a friend and one of their friends needs something, and they're like, oh yeah, my buddy does this, how, here's his number, and then it's like, boom, I have a editing job, or or something. And sometimes things just work out that way, and you never know when they're going to happen. So, yeah, I don't mind waiting. My patience, I think, is very incredible. I think I have great patience. I have a high tolerance for things. And sometimes I don't. But, that's why I love doing short films, because I can also create my own opportunities, which is exactly what I'm doing. Like, we're still making things, and that's why I'm so excited for tonight, is that we're making, albeit really stupid, ridiculous ideas, but we're still making things, and it's still something to add to our reels and to show that we're really passionate, and it's just fun. Like, and one of the cool things is, like, if you have a group of friends that make films or are in the industry, and one of you makes it big, then, hopefully they're nice enough to say, hey, look, I finally got this opportunity and really want you to come work with me. And then, boom, there is your entrance. So, yeah, that's why it's nice to, like, make stuff, have friends that make stuff, because then you, like, build those relationships. Man, my throat is so dry. I have no idea what's going on. Now I gotta drink some water. I don't know what's going on with my throat. It literally started happening as I was setting up everything for the podcast. I don't know, maybe it's like subconscious, but I don't know what's going on. So, I've been like journaling. I've been like journaling for like a while now. But I don't know why I said it. I don't know why I said like journaling. But for the last, I don't know, I want to say, well, I've been journaling for years, but for the last maybe 4-ish months, I've been journaling in a new kind of way, and it all sort of stemmed from watching the Gary Shandling documentary. And when they would show his journals, like his journals, the way his, at least when I perceived them to be, is that they were his thoughts, not like, whereas when I would, if, for example, when I would used to journal, I would be like, oh, today I did this, and we did this, and we also did that, and then we also went and did that, and this happened, and yeah, good night. Like, that's how it, like, if I go back and look at a journal, that's how it would be. Or I would put in an idea of a comic or something that I had wanted to write. That's what, like, my journals used to look like. And then in the last couple of months, after I watched that documentary, my going off his how he would journal would, because I just really was fascinated by it. I'm like, I never thought about journaling like that. Is instead of writing down giant paragraphs and saying like, this is what I did today, it's short little snippets of what's happening in my mind. Like, like there'll be like times where I'm just like, I don't know, like sometimes whatever I'm thinking, like it all happens for a reason, or like, I'm like, friends your friends make you who you are, and, blah, 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 so whatever. I don't have any good examples at the moment, but like, I'm doing that versus the long form writing, because I feel like it's easier to, or it makes more sense to jot down small, like inspirational things that pop into my head, because I mean, let's be honest, who cares if I had a turkey sandwich today, which I didn't, but I'm just saying, like, I don't really care, like 10 years from now if I look back in my journal, I'm not going to give a shit if I had a turkey sandwich on challah bread and a cup of coffee. Like, I'm actually would be more interested to know, like, what sort of thoughts I was going through, 10 years ago. Like, what was Harrison from 10 years ago thinking? Like, what was kind of going through his brain? What kind of thoughts was floating through there versus I walked to the supermarket today. Like, that, to me, that's just stupid. Like, yeah, sure, it's kind of cool to see what you did day to day, but I would much rather be able to look back on thoughts and ideas that I had circulating through my mind and kind of see how those have developed over the course of time, to see how my thoughts have changed and how, like, my thinking and my mental space has changed over time. So that's why I like doing the short jot downs. And like occasionally I'll do a paragraph. Like today I wrote, just before I started this, I wrote something that it took up the whole page, because so I don't know if anyone couldn't tell or didn't know, is that I'm Jewish. So hi, if you didn't know. But so I grew up Orthodox, and so I grew up keeping kosher, all that, all the stuff that a really religious, not a super religious person would do, but very, very religious. Not the level of a rabbi or anything, but maybe like a step or two below that. And I've never eaten pork or shellfish unless an accident. And some might say, what do you mean an accident? And, there was times where, like in kindergarten, for instance, we read Green Eggs and Ham, and then someone handed out Green Eggs and Ham, and I didn't know what ham was because I've never had it. Or, like one time I had cheese pizza, and there happened to be pepperonis on it, but the cheese was on top. And I didn't know that, until I bit in. Or there's times where I've had sushi and I've eaten it, and then I'm like, this tastes funny. And they're like, yeah, that's because it's shrimp or crab. And it's like, oh, well, I didn't order that. I ordered tuna, so like those are the only times where I've had instances where I've accidentally eaten unkosher food. And I don't, and so when I moved out of my parents' house, I kept kosher for maybe about a year or so. And then I stopped. Not because I wanted to, eat pork chops and shrimp, but just because because I wanted to go out with friends and eat like chicken and steak if I wanted to. And I don't know. It's just my choice. I don't really have like an extreme reasoning behind it, other than I don't really want to. But like now I'll buy kosher chicken, even though there's a salmonella. Recently there was a salmonella recall on the kosher chicken, so I haven't bought kosher chicken in a while. But, I don't know. It's not like a giant deal to me. I still won't eat pork or shellfish. And so today we went to this bar / restaurant, and I got a burger, and I saw there was cheese on it, so I ordered it with no cheese. And I was eating it, and I'm like, oh, this kind of tastes funny. Like, it tastes like beef, but like it tastes a little off. Like, what is that? And so, but I'm halfway through the burger now, and so I lift up the bun, and I'm like, I see something, and I'm like, what is that? I put the burger down, open the menu, and there's bacon on it. And I've never eaten bacon. I don't know what it tastes like. And so I just knew that it tasted different. And so I picked it off, and I ate the rest. But the reason I didn't notice it is because, I've seen bacon in TV. I watch Epic Mealtime. I know what bacon looks like. I just don't know what it tastes like. And this wasn't, when you see bacon that's not like strips, it's, it was kind of in bits. It was like put on top in like pieces, not like strips. So it wasn't like sticking out of the burger. I couldn't tell. I was like, okay, cool. Like, this is just a regular burger. And so I had to pick it off. But so that's why I didn't notice, I didn't immediately tell. And, I finished the burger. I took off the bacon, and I finished the burger, and I sat there after I finished. And I wasn't. And so this is the thing that I keep finding interesting as the day has continued to go on. I mean, this happened 3 hours ago, where I had lunch. But since then, I found this just a little interesting, that I feel like normally I probably would have gotten really upset. I know if that happened to my dad, well, it wouldn't have. But I'm just saying, if like he had gotten food and there had like a salad, let's say, and there happened to be bacon and he ate it, he would be furious. That's a different story. But I'm just saying, like, things like that have happened to me before, where they'll be like, I'll get like a salad and I'll start mixing up. I'm like, oh, there's bacon in here, and I'll have to send it back. And that's just disappointing. But I've never actually like eaten half of a thing and then I'm like, oh, there's bacon in here. And so I've been like, I don't know, like, how I feel. Like, after it happened, I'm like, huh. And like, that's literally what I went. I was just like, huh. I wasn't I wasn't angry. I wasn't upset. I wasn't happy about it. I don't like it, so it's not like I found something new that I like. I think I'm just disappointed, and I'm disappointed with myself that I didn't pay enough attention to the menu to notice that there was bacon on it. I'm just like, oh, a burger. Oh, I see there's cheese. And that's as far as I got down it. I like, and I saw there was aioli or whatever. But I didn't read the description enough to see that there was bacon on it. And if I would have just kept reading the menu, I would have seen that, and I would have said, no cheese, no bacon. And so I'm just kind of disappointed in myself that I was too quick to act and didn't take the time to slow down, really read what I was about to put in my body, and realize that there was something on there that it's not like I can't eat. It's just that I don't prefer to eat. And it's not like the end of the world by any means, but I'm using it as a lesson to myself to say, like, slow down, take your time, really be in the moment now and focus on things. Like, if you're making decisions, whether it's buying food, buying a house, literally whatever, signing a contract for anything, make sure you take the time. And if it's it doesn't even have to be as important as buying a house or buying a car or anything like that. But, it could be something as simple as getting lunch. Just, if we take the time to slow down and really think about what we're going to be doing, what we're going to be eating, then we can see, like, oh, maybe that might not be the best choice. Or, oh, I don't like that, or I'm allergic to that. I should probably not get that on there. And so that's what I'm taking away from that experience, is that I just have to focus and really be present with my decisions. So, yeah, and so I was journaling about that. So that today, that was the long form journal that took up the whole page. And so I also like journaling too, like recently, because it's been also helping me come up with prompts to say here. And I will admit that I've been slacking on coming up with things to talk about. I don't know. I haven't, like, you normally, like, in the last, like, the last 3 weeks, I have not been, last 3 or 4 weeks, I have not been, like, kind of trying to actively come up with things to talk about. Normally I would just type up on my phone, like, topics that I would want to say, and I haven't. I haven't done that since probably the first car podcast, or the second one. I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, so like, it wasn't the end of the world, but everything's a lesson. Even if it's good, even if things are good, there are lessons. You can learn so much, and you got to be grateful for those moments too, as bad as they are. Like, I mean, I don't want to make it seem like this was like the worst thing that's ever happened to anyone, but I'm just saying, like, it's an easy mistake, and we shouldn't make easy mistakes, because we should be able to recognize them and see that, like, okay, if I just read this, I could have avoided that. And it's okay. We all fuck up sometimes. And good, and and it's good that it wasn't a big fuck up, because it could have been big, but it wasn't. And it's not like I died. It's not like I was deathly allergic to it. So, c'est la vie. But yeah, that's why I like journaling. But this is like, I like this too, because it's like a vocal journal, and I can really get out what's on my mind. But I gotta work on talking, because I notice I say but, like, and a lot, and but I'm really, fuck. I'm really excited for tonight. Really excited for tonight. I'm so excited. I'm so ready. So ready. Just gotta, like, clear some things. Why did I do that? Coffee, man. I'm drinking coffee, and I know I shouldn't, because it makes me stutter. But I'm drinking it because I'm a little tired. I went to bed a little late. Oh no, my camera turned off. What happened this time? Was the battery dead? Oh, the battery's dead. Hang on. All right. Yeah, fix that. This time I actually have an extra battery, so we're good. What was I saying? Shit. What was I saying? God damn it. I know all you guys, whoever's been listening this long, or saying to the radio or your headphones or whatever, that you're like, you were talking about meh. I was just saying I was excited. Oh, I have to clear some stuff, and I'm on my SD cards, and I have things ready for later, and I'm going to go to the gym as soon as Justin gets back. We found a new time to go to the gym, like right about 4:30, 5 o'clock we found this the best time to go to the gym, because there's no one there, and it's awesome because we can get all the equipment. And so as soon as I wrap this up, I'm going to get changed and probably eat a little snacky snack, and then we'll probably go to the gym, and then we'll come back and get filming. Really, really hyped up and excited about it. But I was saying, I went to bed again really late, and I know, like, the last week I was talking about how I wanted to go to sleep early, or just get into a routine waking up early. And I tried. I've been trying to wake up early so bad. Today I woke up at like 8:20, and that was because I had to leave at 8:40 for work. But I tried to get up at 7:30, and it didn't work. And I'll tell you why it didn't work. And it's because I went to bed at like 2 a.m. And I went to bed at 2 a.m. because I played like an hour and a half worth of Spider-Man, and then I watched TV. And my problem is I like justify both. I'm like, oh, I'll play this, and then I'll watch that, and then I'll go to bed. And I think I just need to either do one or the other, and then cap off my night at like definitely before 2. Probably 1 at the latest. You know, I used to be going to bed at like midnight, 12:30, and be able to wake up at 5 a.m. no problem for my old job. And I don't want to get up that early because that's just there's no need. But you know, if I can get to bed reasonably at 12:30 or 1 and wake up at 7 every day, you know, if that can be my routine, I would, you know, like maybe, you know, yeah, 6 hours. Who needs sleep, right? But you know, if I can get up at like 7:30 every day, I would love it. Because then I could like, you know, I could do some editing. I can do some writing. I could, you know, come up with stuff, you know, come up with ideas, do some drawing, finally finish putting my room together. If so, you know, I'll never, and this is like the thing, this is the reason I want to get up early and you know, kind of stay up late. But like, if I stay up late, I don't want it to be filled, that time to be filled up with more nonsense. And I want to be filled with more editing and more creative thinking and actual doing. And the reason I'm kind of in this, like, I want to get in this headspace is because Gary Vee is saying, like, he's always working. He works like what do you say, like an 18-hour day, or he works like he works like an 18-hour day. Even when he goes home, he's still working, you know, and the other 4 hours, or shit, how many hours would that be? 2. So the other 6 hours he's with his family or sleeping. And I think he only says he gets like 2 or 3 hours of sleep a day. And that's insane to me. That's a little much. Like, you know, maybe I'll work an 18-hour day if I'm on a set. But you know, but that's besides the point. I'm trying to say, like, I just want to be more proactive, productive with certain things, because I feel like I've just been on the lazy train and just like saying it'll get done when it gets done, and it won't get done because I'm not doing it, and if I don't do it, it won't get done. And one of my friends, you know, he has got like a group of friends that they're all directors or they're all filmmakers, and they're like doing the group, they're like forming a group like that I've always wanted to. I've always wanted to form a directors group, like how Coppola and Scorsese and Spielberg and Lucas and De Palma and Hughes, how they all had this group where they could sit around, they could discuss their movies, they would watch their movies, they would say, that's shit, that's great, this is how you can make it better. And they would all do that for each other. And I've always wanted that ever since I found out that they did that. I've always wanted that. And my friend, who I met recently, you know, he's one of the few friends that I first met when I moved here, he's doing that with his friends, and I just so badly want to be a part of that. And he says, send me a script that you have. I only have like half of one script and one third of 2 scripts, you know. So, and I have a short film, and he wants to see features. You know, like these guys are like writing features, and if I don't do that, then I won't be able to get in this group. And I'm not saying like getting into this group is the end of the world or like the end all be all, but like it would just be nice to be in a collaborative setting where you have friends that will uplift you and say, like, this is a great idea, but if you do these things, you know, I think it'll be better. And then you can have another guy that say, no, fuck that guy. I think he's wrong. Whatever you're doing is great. Stick to what you're doing. You know, so like just having people, other collaborators that are on the same level as you, going to the same places as you. They might all not be making the same movies, but they're in the same headspace, and they can give ideas and guidance that, you know, I think that's the greatest thing. That's what makes you a better person, a better collaborator. And I would love to be a part of something like that. I've tried to start things like that, but you know, I don't know. We'll see how this group goes out. If I make the cut, he was I don't know if he was joking or being 100% serious, but he's like, we are now taking applications. So I was like, I'll do it. But you know that won't happen. I won't be in that little inner circle if I don't get on my grind and write a script. And I have this great idea that I think if I lock myself away for a weekend, that I could bang out this script in a weekend. And I would love to be able to make it, because it would be so easy to make. Like super low budget is what I mean. But like the story is, yeah, I think it'd be awesome. Oh man, where are we at? 51 minutes. Well, that's what my little recorder says. I'm getting hyped up. Where was this energy before? As I die on the podcast. I'm dying. Tears are falling from my eyes. And I'm dying. I've swallowed coffee. And it's gone down the wrong pipe. I mean, can something really go down the wrong quote unquote pipe if you swallow it? Because think about it. That's such a really stupid fucking saying, because if you swallowed coffee down the wrong pipe, coffee would fill up your lungs. Think about it. When you swallow, I forget what it's called. It's it's like a little flap of skin. I'm gonna Google it. It's a little flap of skin that's in between your esophagus and your lungs. Flap of skin in between lungs and esophagus. It's called... Is it the epiglottis? Is that what it's called? I think is what it's called. I think it's called the epiglottis, right? I'm asking you guys like you're here. I always found this I always found the human anatomy fascinating. Like, I always loved biology. Especially when we talked about human biology. Because it was just so fascinating that to learn about these things in your body. Why can't I friggin' find it? I'm just gonna Google it. Epiglottis. Yeah. The epiglottis is a flap in the throat that keeps food from entering the windpipe and lung. The flap is made from elastic cartilage covered with a mucous membrane attached to the entrance of the larynx. It projects obliquely upwards behind the tongue and the hind bone, pointing dorsally. Yeah, so it's like a little flappy flap, like right at the back of your throat. And hold on, I'm gonna save this picture so I can put it up. But yeah, if you're watching the video, you could see you saw the picture. But I'm just saying, like, so, like, if your epiglottis were to fuck up, for whatever reason, if it was to, like, if you were to, like, swallow, the hot coffee, it's not hot anymore, but I'm just saying, I'm giving an example. If you were to swallow hot coffee and you start choking, and coffee were to, like, somehow slip between your, into your windpipe, like, wouldn't that fucking fuck you up? Wouldn't you? Your lungs wouldn't. Not only would they be filled with coffee, but they're filled. Now you have liquid in your lungs, and people die from that shit. So if it were to go down the wrong pipe, literally every time, wouldn't we all be dead? Because how many times is it? That's definitely not the first time where I've choked by drinking liquid. And, if you ate, like, food or something, you're like, oh, it went down the wrong pipe. Like, no, it didn't. It didn't. Because you'd be dead. You would be dead because whatever was in your butt, in your throat, blocked your windpipe, and you died of suffocation. Okay? Not possible. Not pos. Okay? It's impossible. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. But, we have some, I think, as Americans, maybe not even just as Americans, but as anyone in the world, we all just have the most ridiculous sayings for things. So, anyhow, I almost died on the podcast because it went down the wrong pipe. So, yeah. Holy shit. Okay. Well, I think on that note, I'm going to end it. But thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for listening. I'm super excited for tonight. And as soon as it's done and being edited, I'll let you guys know whether we film 1 or 2. I'll let you know next week what happens and when you can see them. Hopefully, we'll be able to get on a schedule. My plan is, so I don't know tonight if we have time, me, Justin, and Vin, we're gonna kind of discuss, because we kind of started this together, this itty bitty movies together. So we're gonna kind of discuss a schedule where we can start filming bi-monthly or once a month, and we're gonna figure it all out. But we're gonna hopefully get on a schedule where we can shoot one, edit, and kind of get them released either bi-monthly, once a month, or whatever seems reasonable to us. And then we'll go from there, and I'll definitely keep you guys posted. And yeah, just so excited for things to get rolling. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. You can listen to it on Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, Anchor, CastBox, all of them. You can listen to it anywhere. You could subscribe to the podcast on YouTube. If you feel like watching, you can go ahead and watch me while I do this. If you want to see what I look like, you can check that out. Just a guy with a beard and got some freckles. So a little bit of chubby cheeks. So that's what I look like. But if you really want to see what I look like, check out the YouTube. You can find me on Instagram at Harrison Burger. I post all sorts of stuff. Quotes, inspirational quotes, videos of me drawing, me being goofy, and, stories are funny. So check me out there. And you can follow me on Twitter. I don't tweet that much. I got into it a little bit, kind of phased out. It's fun though. But you can follow me there at Harrison C. Burger. And make sure, if you like this episode, share it with somebody. Share, if there was a situation, if any of the shenanigans that I've gotten into today made you laugh, made you smile, made you think about something, share it with someone that you think would like to hear it. And if you have questions, things that you want to chat about, let me know. Leave them in the comments. You can direct message me on any of the social medias that will allow you to, and I will answer. And if you want me to talk about it here, just make sure you say whether or not to. And if you just need someone to talk to, I've been told I'm a great friend. So hit me up if you just want someone to talk to. But thank you so much for listening. I truly, truly love you. I truly appreciate you being here. And I'll see you next week. And remember, if you have a couple of friends, one of them is bound to make it big. So don't be a dick or something. I don't know. That was kind of a bad one, right? And remember, if it goes down the wrong pipe, you're probably not gonna die. Oh, shit. Okay, guys. See you on another time. Cut.